humanity. Putting truth in these lines while they busy feeding lies. When you got that tunnel vision, gotta open up your eyes. Wake up and go to sleep. Man, I'm praying all times. And to my guys, ain't no other side. This for my brothers, I'ma pray we all shine. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Yeah, you already know.
Depending on the lessons, some people eat, some people learn. But the game is gonna send you a big. Lock the door.
We're back with Genghis. Talk to me about being around the bowling alley and the skating ring, and how was that for you during that time?
And mostly all the guys that I end up banging with was always up there. You know, we was all just regular, you know, all my little partners. You know, coming across Venice, I'm coming across Pico, you know, me and my crew. My best friend at that time was Victor. You know, he ended up banging and said with me Zigzag, but he didn't understand when you start banging, you got to fight people that don't like our hood. And he wasn't really cut out for that fighting part, you know. So he tapped out. But when I was going up there, I started going up to the bowling alley around like, you know, right after they closed this little spot called Kitty Land. And but like I said, my grandmama always stayed by Queen Anne Park. She was staying over there since '77. So even though I was staying in the West Bees, you know, this and that, when I went to my grandmama's house, I still went up to Queen Anne Park. I've been going up to Queen Anne Park since '76, '77, even though, because my grandmama always stayed over there by LA High School. But when I was always going to the bowling night, it was some guys up there calling themselves the Midtown Families. I remember that correctly. Because I ain't gonna lie, like I say, I was 10 years old. I was not, but like I said, I was advanced. I was with all the crooked shit, all the stealing and whatever.
What's the difference between Midtown and Schoolyard?
Well, Midtown Family was there before the Schoolyard. In fact, Midtown Family was an off-brand part of the Hoover families. And the Hoover families were the big homies of the NHBs, the neighborhood blood. Just like people would say the Bible Crips are the big homies of the schoolyards. They wasn't no big old gang. It wasn't number like 6 or 7 of them. And they hung out at the bowling alley and played arcade. I knew all of them. Big Scat, another one. You know, the homie Jeff, I knew all of them. I ran with them. But they wasn't no all-out bangers. Like I say, the Hoover families was over there more on Jefferson and Hoover Park and all that. It was a bunch of old dudes. They was kind of like playing out. Because, you know, this blood thing on that side of town, the new hoods was eating all them old sets up. You know what I'm saying? Which, you know, but they was there, you know, but we don't have nobody from our hood that ever was a Midtown family. Actually, we only have one homie that actually was a Midtown family. You know? But like I said, they wasn't no bloods putting work in. It was just regular. But they died out when the hood came out, though. When the hood started getting stronger, the hood actually came apart in 1978. For those that don't know, Schoolyard CRIP came apart in 1978. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really start, people didn't start getting familiar with it to 1979 and 80. And like I say, that was also because of the homie Big Blue, because he was hitting them juvenile halls in 79 and 80, and he was helping putting this set on the map. Just like a lot of hoods, I never heard of y'all until I started going to juvenile hall. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, all that myth, the schoolyards used to be Midtown families. Nah, that was the PBGs and the Marvins and all these other motherfuckers spreading that rhetoric on us. How you gonna speak on us and you ain't even grew up in the hood? I know everything they got to do with that Midtown shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, when the hood did first come out, there was some motherfuckers over there did want the set to be Bloods. So what? But it didn't happen. Because you had Big Stoney, you had the Cox, you had a lot of family members over there that was a part of that family thing. The families was kind of, you know, deep over there. But still, schoolyards would have never been Bloods because we already had a relationship with the Harlem Godfather, Big Forehead, a lot of Bobo. We know, the Harlem Godfather was on Longwood. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't finna pop like that. Period. Schoolyard was gonna stay crippin' regardless. You know what I'm saying? So the motherfuckers that say that is just haters. You dig what I'm saying? You know, we had our hands full. We fought everything going east, west. You know what I'm saying? The jungles, the 20s, You know, the Mansfields, the Mormons on that Crip on Crip shit, nigga, we had our hands full. We the originators of this shit. You
What
know
do
what
you
I'm saying?
think? Why did the politics had to play that way to where Crips start, rumbling with one another? What was that about?
Man, you know what? Everything is based on territory, man. If we hang out at the park and you end up having a baseball game with some other people from another park, and a fight happened, everything is just really just, you know,
So that's feelings, emotions.
yeah. I mean, then it ain't like we started this shit. We just joined, just jumped on the bandwagon with our gangbanging. But when you kill one of us, we gonna kill one of you. That's how it was. That's an eye for an eye.
Can you share a consequential moment in your history that either was something that you just barely escaped, or something that you felt like was funny, or something you just felt like, man, I ain't going through that no more? A story.
Hmm. I got so many damn stories, man.
Something PG-13.
What's that? Tell you the story. Tell you a story. Tell you the story that happened in the CRIP module.
Okay.
Back in 1990, it's when they closed 4,800 down, 4,700 down. They closed 47, 4,800 down at the end of 88, 89. With everybody on 23, 21. I just got out of YA, just did 5 years in YA. I went to YA from 83 all the way to 88. I wasn't on the streets 84, 85, 86, 87, 88. I got out December 19, 1988. That was my first time back on the streets since 83 in November. So, I was just starting my adult record at 21. So everything I was getting busted for, I was taking the county live for it. When I go up in that county jail, I always had these same old ass tattoos and shit, all the schoolyard crip shit. But so homies find out I'm in the county jail, they make that phone call and they come get me and bring me to the module. And at that time, when I first went to the module, I go to April Road 2300, homie Big Bodine down there and homie Big J Ball, two of my soldiers, silent homies, love them to death. Both of them is dead, rest in peace. After that, it was the situation that happened with us in A-Tray Gangster over a card game. My homie Black Capone was gambling with this guy named Gizzy from A-Tray Gangster, and they was losing. At this time, I was at court. Me and Big Crazy D was at court from A-Tray Gangster. Timmy Tucker, we was at court. Madbone, we was all at court. Even Chico was at court. So it was day room for Artia. At that time, you had the Gangsters, Baby Duck, you had Lil Joker, you had Vamp, you had Mac, you had Baby Track. It was deep. But anyway, during that card game, Gizzy started acting funny and he pushed my homeboy, and my homie pushed him back. And Gizzy felt some kind of way and he put out his knife and started walking around the day room, starting tensions with us and A-Tray Gangsters. Making little side comments, calling us out our name. I wasn't in the day room, I was at court. But when we come back, me and Crazy D come back together, we go into the day room because our tears got day room. When we look in the day room, we see the tension. We see everybody with their back against the wall, and I see my homeboy Capone face. And we got there's like 7, 8 homies in the module at the time. When we go in the day room, Capone tell me everything was happening. They Crazy D holler at the gangsters. Like I said, Crazy D, we was kind of tight. He felt Gizzy was wrong. He was disrespectful. And he had his homie DP. He whooped his ass in the day room and stumped his ass out. Had the A-Tray Gangster stuffed him out. So later on that day, that's over with. That day room shit is over with. So niggas go to the tier. Now Chico come back from court. Chico on Abel Road. I'm on Charlie Road now. You know what I'm saying? This is another year. This is in 90. Chico holler at Gizzy. Gizzy tell him what happened. And Chico ain't feeling that. He feeling like it wasn't worth for his homie to get stumped out over the schoolyards. He calling us cream pups. We hit a nigga in the cells talking. And make a long story short, man, all that night, they didn't hide it. Those niggas sharpened knives all night, all the way to 2 o'clock in the morning. All I'm doing is hearing iron. Because now the tier I'm on, I got me, I got my homie Screwy, I got my homie Black Capone, I got my homie Roscoe, Big Roscoe, I got my homie Ooey, I have my homie Ace, I have my homie Big Country. I'm responsible for all these schoolyards because I've been on this module the longest. And I'm the one, I'm more favored as far as with the older gangsters. They let me do my thing. Even though we all kind of like in the same, well, a lot of them is little homies, but it's a few homies. Country is my big homie, even though he, you know, like I said, I was running the shit back then, you know. Actually,
do the schoolyards run under the gangster car, or
no,
you guys?
we don't run under the gangster car.
So you're not neighborhoods, you're not gangsters.
No, we ain't
You're
gangsters.
just schoolyard.
We just schoolyard crip.
Okay.
You know, we just had an alliance with the A-Track gangsters because of relationships from the streets. We ain't fuck with them. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of they G homies got, you know, they got love for the yard. You know, I grew up with the gangsters. I went to Raymond Avenue School. But anyway, basically, you know, when the door was open, you know, all the homies come out. I walk the tier. I look at one of my homies. I ain't gonna say his name because he gonna deny this. He looked at me. He say, "DRAC." I'm like, "What's up?" He say, "Between me and you, one of us supposed to get killed." Fuck. I'm like, shit. You know, I'm gonna be honest. You know, the devil lives a lie, man. Like and all them names I said, and I've been on that module. I didn't have one knife because I got so comfortable with being friends and thinking because I'm cool with Big Crazy D that I fuck with these dudes, that these dudes wouldn't turn on us. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, a lot of them wasn't with it. Big Mad Bone wasn't with it. Timmy Tucker wasn't with it, but they wasn't here. But when Chico got upset and he wanted to push that line, like, fuck these niggas, it's low key. Chico always did favor the PBG because he liked to vote Pete in them. You know what I'm saying? But Chico used to live in my hood. But he just felt like his homie Gizzy wasn't supposed to get stumped out and beat up like that over us. Over that car gang, because Crazy D went extra on. You know what I'm saying? And
so they was coming back from court, and what transpired?
Yeah, Chico had came back to court and he went to Gizzy cell. They was on April Road. All my homies was on Charlie Road, 2300. You know what I'm saying? I kind of remember a little bit. Like I say, me, homie Screwy, homie Black Capone, homie Ace, homie Big Country, homie Lil Roscoe, homie Ooey. I think it was one more cat. But anyway, I guess he went to Gizzy and seen Gizzy was all lumped up because Gizzy was an ugly motherfucker. He was real ugly, crater face looking dude. I never forget how he looked. You know what I'm saying? He used to be in my hood all the time smoking the shit on Washington. But he OG A-Track gangster though. But Chico wasn't feeling that, and you know, Chico was fighting the death penalty, so he didn't really give a fuck. But I thought he had love for the set too. But he just, like he said, he didn't feel it wasn't worth for his homie to get beat up like that. And he got that little Joker, he got that Baby Duck in him, he got that Lil Vamp, few other dudes. Then you had these little sympathizers that was getting at him, like, you know, we show. Only allies we really got over there was the Gear Gangs. You know, you got the homie Pootie Whack on April Road. You got Lil Moon from Gear Gang on April Road. You got the homie T-Rock on April Road. So when we come out, T-Rock already know what's going on. He already know what the gangsters doing. Everybody heard them niggas sharpen them knives. Every morning they'll hit the tier and let everybody out on the tier. So when they hit the tier early in the morning, Chico rushed out on April Road. And he looked up at Charlie Road. He said, "Gangsters to the back." And all them niggas went in the back and had a meeting. So, you know, I tell all the homies, fuck it, you know, we go in the cell, we like 8 deep still. You know, like I say, we ain't got no iron, but you know, I'm a squabbler, you know, I ain't tripping, you know what I'm saying? I'm tripping, and I ain't gonna lie, you know, I dude, what it was, Gizzy liked it, the homie Capone. He liked it the rest of the schoolyard. He just didn't really like me, even though it started with him and my homie Capone. But see, with me, when I was on the tier, Gizzy would try to play with my homies on the tier, and I shut him down. He would play with a homie and say stupid shit like that, like, "What's going on with the 60s? Y'all got 60s selling dope on Washington. Oh, y'all got y'all skate." He's making little subliminals, you know, being disrespectful. So I tell the homie, I said, "Cuz, get off the tier with that nigga, man. Don't talk our hood, but you know, and shit like that." So I'll be on Gizzy, and Gizzy be like, "Oh, DRAC won't let y'all talk. He's just a weirdo dude, you know." So at the end, he really wanted everything to go on me because he knew, he felt, and he knew he got DP because that Crazy D had love for me. Crazy D was my boy. I named my first son after Crazy D, Diatri, my oldest son that's here right now, 32. I told Cuz if I ever have any kids, I was gonna name them after him, and I kept my promise. My first son was born May the 7th, 1992 when I was in Calabasas.
KCD was from A-Tray Gangster.
Yeah, A-Tray Gangster. But anyway, Crazy D was down there, man. He was talking for us, man. We hearing him, we in the cell like, damn, cuz, you know, the homie Screwy, you know, like, damn, nigga, we gonna have to just get down and put our backs together. Then Baby Duck came down to tier from A-Tray Gangster. He said, man, let me holler at Screwy. They wanted to talk to Screwy because they liked this Screwy. Screwy was cool. Screwy, they was like hollering at Screwy instead of hollering at me. Because I know everything was really like, we gonna get DRAC first type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But they want to holler at Screwy, and Screwy come back, and I'm telling the homies like this. I said, look, cuz, nigga, I get down, nigga. I tell him I get down with Gizzy. Gizzy can keep a knife. I fight him with his knife. I say, if he want me to fight, I do whatever, because I know I can whoop motherfuckers. If I know I got to fight you with a knife, I'm gonna do my shit. Period. You know what I'm saying? But if I got to do this to stop my homies from getting smashed on by these niggas, because we ain't got no weapons. So I'm this is how I am. And yes, I was scared of the motherfucker. I'm not scared to whoop this nigga. I just knew we dealing with a bunch of niggas fighting death penalties and all this shit. I wasn't tripping. We just didn't have no knife, man. But anyway, Crazy D came back to the cell, man. He like, look, cuz, on my mama, on my dad, whoop-de-whoop, nigga, ain't nothing finna happen. This shit is over with. It's squashed. Ain't nothing. It's a wrap. You know, nigga, you know, and in another gear, he mentioned the homie Big Blue. Nigga, I got love for Big Blue. Nigga, and he, you know, I'm doing this for Blue and I'm doing this for y'all because ain't shit finna happen. And that was that. But those niggas came out really, you know, with knives. And like I said, when I was on the tier, we didn't get no support like any other sets. It was other little hoods. Even though the A-Trays had enough numbers to deal with us, it was other dudes. I remember niggas from Great Street on Able Road looking up there at the gangsters, getting that Chico. What's up, y'all need some help? Niggas that I thought was cool. I ain't gonna never forget them. I can say their name. You know, they you know, I'm thinking we cool, but they actually, Chico and them, do they need them to help attack us? And only nigga that had our back was the Gear Gangs. Because T-Rock looked at me and that cuz kept a knife on him. He like, what's up, cuz? You know, what's happening? Y'all, you need us? You know, that nigga kept his back on the wall and watched our back. Even though he was on Able Road, he was on Charlie Road. Even Pootie whacked a Lil Moon, but it wasn't number 3 of them. But, you know, and the homie, Spank. But, you know, that anyway, that was about it, man. I could tell that story because, you know, that was some real shit right there. But what I learned from that, the top of that story, no matter who you think is cool, your allies, and you always keep weapons, always keep something, because men is not perfect. When you're around motherfuckers that can be controlled by other men, they will turn against you. And so you always remember that, man. I always look at people now since that incident as potential enemies. Potential enemies. If you're walking a certain path, living that life, you know, it is what it is. So that's what I learned.
Lock the door.
Cali finest, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga. Streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the fans get me. It's guap off top.